Back on Hittin Hard with Jon Chuckery on Locked On Sports Atlanta. Head to youtube.com, put Locked On Sports Atlanta into your search browser. When you find us, hit that subscribe button. Be a part of our growing community. Of course, we are free and available on all of your favorite podcast platforms, including Spotify and Odyssey. 5-star review us, and then follow me on my personal Twitter page at JMCH316. The Braves have done great work in these first two games, right? Most important series played in baseball up to this point. Braves have been phenomenal, right? They've pounded the Mets, where they had 23 hits in the first two games. Charlie Morton last night, 12 of his 20 outs were via the strikeout, right? Strider hung in there with the rain delay, found you 5 good innings, kept you in it, beat by the boop. The back-to-back nights that the Mets starting pitcher has only pitched 2 innings and left with an injury. You saw Carrasco is going to be out for 4 weeks now with an oblique strain. Now comes the money, right? Now comes the grind. Everything has worked out perfectly for the Braves in these first two. No time now to keep your foot off the gas pedal. You have to plant that foot hardcore. The Braves need to, at a minimum, split these next two games. And is it going to be easy? Nope. Here come Scherzer. Here come DeGrom, and here they come. Here comes those 2 semi-trucks loaded up for bear, convoying down the road, loaded with dynamite, ready to blow up, right? This is what it's all about now. And the Braves have to, at a minimum, split. We talked about going into this series that the Braves needed to win 3 out of 4. So far, so good. They're right on track. You got 2 of those wins, right? But just because those 2 guys are on the mound the next 2 nights, and I know tonight's Odorizzi, is he going to give 5 innings? I don't know. I know Morton was outstanding last night. He was blowing people away. He was dealing last night. That's everything you could ask for. The other night with the rain delay, again, Strider did his job. You found a way to get through it. Almost an hour rain delay. I was surprised that Strider came back out, but he wanted to come back out there. Money, right? Offensively, guess what? We're not being slowed down by the muck and the mire and the sludge and the goop and the gunk and everything like that. I described it last night as, when your gutters get clogged, right? And the water just kind of trickles and flows or goes over the top and stuff like that, right? Okay. You go in there and you clean all that, you scoop all that muck and mire out of there. And what happens? The water flows right through, and it flows right down your downspout, and it flows right out the end of it, and it heads right out in the street, and beat bada boop, it goes away, right? That's the Braves lineup these last couple of nights. You know why? Because they don't have that one-trick pony slowing them, mucking them, miring them down. And their offense is clicking now. 8 in a row, offense is rolling. Now you got to do the hard work. Now comes the grind that you have to figure out Scherzer and DeGrom. Even if you don't figure out both, just figure out one. Just split, baby. That's all I'm asking. Just give me a split in this. We'll talk more about it in just a second here. But first, let me talk about my folks over at Coffee AM, coffeeam.com, drinking their coffee again this morning, as I always do. My pot full of Coffee AM. Listen, great local company here. Obviously, they're local to Georgia, up in the Canton area, the best small batch coffee roaster in America. Head to coffeeam.com. Wide extended menu. You want organic coffees, you want flavored coffees, you want K-cups. They got everything available to you. You want teas, you need a mug, whatever. All of that's available to you at coffeeam.com. So here's what we got going on. coffeeam.com/locked on. Head there now. Go through the menu. Find you some K-cups. Get you a mug. Grab a tea. Bop, bada, boop, right? You got all that going on. When you get to checkout, use the coupon code LOCKED ON. LOCKEDON. Locked On. Use that coupon code and get 15% off your first order of coffees, teas, gift sets. I don't know what you're waiting for, but these guys are awesome. They're right here in Georgia, up in the Canton area. They are the best small batch coffee roaster in America. Coffee AM, coffeeam.com. Use that coupon code LOCKED ON, LOCKEDON, for 15% off that first order of whatever coffees, teas, gift sets you purchase today. So look, the season is not going to be defined if the Braves lose these next two, but it's going to take away from all of the hard work you did in the first two games, right? Beating the Mets, dealing with weather, all this kind of stuff. All that work will go away if you don't win the next two games. Because at that point, you've just split and you haven't gained anything. Find a way to win one game. And again, this won't be easy. This isn't going to be sit back and mash it and hit the 3-run homer and all this kind of stuff. You're going to have to be creative. That's why I want to see Ronnie Dansby at the top. I want to see Vaughn Grissom and Michael Harris at the bottom. Okay? Right? Dansby, Ronnie at the top, Grissom and Harris at the bottom. Okay? No, I don't want Robbie Grossman below, or I want Grissom and Harris at the bottom. Listen to me, Snit. I know you guys listen in. Grissom and Harris at the bottom. Ronnie and Dansby at the top. Then you can mix and mash. You want Grossman or Rosario or Contreras, whatever. You can mix and mash. Just keep that other dude out of here. Keep all that muck and mire. Don't get your gutters clogged back up. You got them cleaned out. You got them all clean. Got the little shovel in there, and you cleaned out your gutter. Pine needles and pine cones and all the sludge and leaves and muck is out of there, right? Water's flowing perfectly through there. Don't go in there and start dumping shovelfuls of dirt and muck back in there. Keep it the lineup like we talked about, the way that it is. And now you're going to have to get creative, right? Get those two guys on base at the very top. Run, beat, bop, boop. Move them along. 2-out base hit. I need a 2-out hit. I need a pop out to right field, right? I got a guy on first base. You see last night, Ronnie scored on a ball that was not even 25 feet within the wall last night, and he scored from first. Yeah, the outfielder bobbled it. Okay, again, no guy should score from first base on a bloop hit like that. That's what Ronnie and Dansby and these guys do, and Harris and Grissom. That's what these guys do. It's put pressure on your defense. These next two nights is about finding a way to get on base. The old saying is you can't steal first base. Find a way to get on, and then put pressure on Scherzer and DeGrom, and put pressure on their defense, put pressure on them to have to make good pitches, put pressure on them to not let somebody go from first to third because they stole a couple of bases. That's a them problem. This is where the Braves have to keep this thing chugging. Can't take your foot off the gas pedal. You're going to have a different approach. You can't sit back because if you sit back and wait for a 3-run homer against those guys, what's going to happen? 7 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, or no runs, 13 strikeouts. And one of the things the Braves have done in the first 2 games really well is they haven't struck out a whole bunch, right? For a team that's strikeout, home run type of, lineup like we see in today's baseball world, they haven't done that. So just find a way to split the next 2 nights. However you got to do it. You got to win 1-0. You got to win 7-6. However you have to do it, find a way to get it done. Get some guys on base, a key 2-out hit, move a guy from first to third on a single, right? Hit a ball to the right side to get a guy from second to third. Be aggressive on the base paths like they've been. Find ways to get it done. These next 2 games, if you can split, all you got to do is win 1. If you do that, you've done your job. You've taken care of your business. Then we can move on to the god-awful, well, next is the Astros, but we'll talk about that. But then when you get into Pirates and the Nats and all these fleabag, dirtbag, low-life organizations, then we go back to beating all them up. All right, thanks so much for making Hittin' Hard with Jon Chuckery your first listen. We ask you to make A to Z with Mark Zinno your second listen every day. Mark is back talking all things Atlanta sports. Check him out on our YouTube page at Locked On Sports Atlanta. Hit that subscribe button. Free and available on all of your favorite podcast platforms, including Spotify and Odyssey. Leave us a 5-star review. Then give me a follow on my personal Twitter page at JMCH316. Back with you tomorrow. This is Hittin' Hard with Jon Chuckery, Locked On Sports Atlanta.